Well, good morning, everybody. I'm so excited that you are back. This week, we've opted to pre-record our video for our CDL test prep courses. Again, I am Jerry Price. I'm over the H.I.R.E.D program, and so I'm excited that you guys are here, and I'm excited that we have opportunities to learn again today. So today we have Josh Sullivan. Josh works for Coca Cola, and he is the branch manager. If I have this right, Josh, you can fill in the blanks for Northwest Arkansas. So he's over all the operations for Coke in Northwest Arkansas, if I understand it correctly. And he'll fill in a little bit more about who he is and his role. But specifically, he's going to give us some information on the driving opportunities at Coca Cola and how you might apply for one of those opportunities. So Josh, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it. I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Happy to help any way I can to help the workforce out. Um, I am with Ozarks Coca Cola. We are a family owned Coke bottler based out of Springfield, Missouri. Our branch locally is in Lowell, Arkansas, kind of across the street from where the CDL State Police headquarters is. Um, we have our territory covers. We go all the way up to the state line of Missouri. We go as far south as Winslow, as far east as Green Forest, and as far west as Twin Oaks, Oklahoma. Um, we hire pretty much anybody that has a CDL or wants to go through the school. We'll even help out with that. Um, the basic job functions are you have a designated route, and your responsibility is to drive professionally, safely to each account and then make the deliveries. So you have anywhere between 10 and 15 stops. We have all, or mostly all, we called in-load liftgate trailers. They're either 45 or 42 footers with a liftgate and a pallet jack. So you'll go to a Casey's, Come and Go, Dollar General, um, some Walmarts, and you'll just drop off the product. And some of them you'll have to downstack the pallet and take it inside the store, get it checked in, and then fill the cooler, or if it's a Dollar General, fill the shelves, um, stuff like that. It's a physical job, but once you get used to it, people enjoy it. Obviously, we will work whether it's rain, sleet, or snow, depending on how bad the roads are. But there's times that you'll get soaking wet. There's times you'll be freezing. In summertime, you'll be sweating. So it's just a physical job. This will be my 27th year at it, so it's a good place to work.
Very good.
Um, we also have obviously we have a warehouse here that we hire for to build the pallets for the trucks that we deliver. We have a full service department which fills vending machines, and then we have a merchandising department that will go to the grocery stores and work the pallets there. Like I said, we are a family owned bottler, so a lot of people know that Coca Cola is based from Atlanta, Georgia, but we are based out of Springfield, Missouri. So we have a little bit of different things that we do as a company. It's a great company to work for. If you're a single person, we will cover your health insurance. You still have to pay for any sort of activity you do at the doctor's office or whatever, but as far as having health insurance, we pay for that. Starting pay for drivers with a CDL at this moment is 27.75, um, and usually between 40 to 50 hours a week. Right now, we work Monday through Friday. We have a few routes that work Saturdays, but not very often. We're on a 4-day work week. We start between 5 and 5:30, and then you're done whenever your route's completed.
Very good. So is it pretty typical to work overtime, some overtime,
Yeah,
which
probably
actually
about.
really helps the paycheck a
Oh
lot?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm guessing just based on some of the information that we've gotten from other places that those beginning drivers at Coke make quite a bit more money than some of the other opportunities that we've seen. Do you require any sort of like Do they have to have experience driving before they can drive for Coke?
No, no.
Talk a little bit about, if they come to work for Coke and then want to get their CDL, that you would help with that. Talk a little bit more about that process and what that looks like. Where would they go to work to start with? What kinds of jobs might they be doing? And then would they get into a program for the CDL?
So usually what we do is we'll send if a new person off the street without a CDL comes to work, we'll have them ride with somebody for probably 2 weeks just to make sure they understand what the job truly is. And then if it's something that they want to do, we will then pay for them to go to school at one of the two places in Spring. I think it's the NTI or
Yep.
is where we send them to, and we'll pay for it. We'll just require you to sign a 2 year contract that if anything happens in those 2 years, you pay us back the money that we put into you. And then once you're done with the schooling, which I believe it's a 5 week course, I think it's a 4 week classroom, and then it's a week of doing your driving part and all that stuff. But once they're done with that and they get their license, they'll come to work and they'll pretty much they'll ride with somebody again on whatever route they're assigned to, and then once they got it down, they're on their own. The only thing that is really required if they happen to run one of the routes that crosses the state line, they have to be 21. But other than that, we will hire anybody 18 and over with a high school diploma or GED.
Very good. So it's an easy entry into
Yeah.
driving Coke. You try to make it as easy as possible for young people to get a great paying job, really.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. And a great set of experiences with the 2 week ride along. And
Yes.
um, is the 2 week ride along typically a paid position?
Oh, yes. Yes. Everything that we'll do, even when they're going through school, we'll pay them the 8 hours that they're in class plus pay for their schooling. So they won't go without a paycheck.
Wow, that's a great deal. And
Yeah.
so that's through a Class A CDL because you're doing the 4 full weeks.
Yep.
And so, what a great starting point for drivers and especially young drivers who are just getting into it. Lots of
Yeah.
opportunity there.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So, you talked a little bit about the other jobs at Coke. Talk a little bit more about that, just a little more detail for anyone that would, lives in the region and would maybe want to just go to work and work for a company like Coca Cola.
Oh, okay. So our warehouse, they typically start around I think 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll start building pallets for the next day or that evening. We deliver Walmart at night here, so they'll start building Walmart first, and then go on to the next, whether it be the other grocery stores, and then to the end load trucks.
Hey, when you say building pallets, you mean putting the product on the pallets and
Yes.
getting the orders from almost like an order pick and
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We have what we call account managers. They go to the store and they'll place the order, and then the order comes to our warehouse. We have a dispatcher that'll build the pallets on the computer for the actual physical building of the pallet. Um, so we have pallet jacks, ride jacks that they'll go around each station and pick up whatever item it is and wrap the pallet and load it on the truck for the next day. Our merchandising department is the ones that will go to a Walmart or Harps grocery chain, and then the pallets that the warehouse builds, they'll go and fill the shelves there. Our full service department, which is our vending department, they go around and fill vending machines at wherever we have a vending machine at.
Got it. Got it. Okay, my last question, I guess, would be kind of how many drivers are you needing right now? Like, what's the typical, need at Coke any given time for this area?
Usually, right now, the winter time, which is usually between the last after from Christmas until usually spring break, we're pretty slow. So we don't typically have any turnover or need any drivers. It's usually the summertime when it's hot and there's obviously a lot more volume. So we'll typically go through 2 or 3 drivers maybe once a month, once every 3 months or something like that. Thankfully our leadership has realized how physical the job is, and they've raised the pay enough to where we haven't had a lot of turnover like we have in the past.
Yeah.
So they're doing the things to keep people around, which is always good to be a part of that type of company.
Yeah. Sounds like a great company to work for.
It is.
Well, Josh, do you have anything to add before we shut down? Just wanted to take a few minutes. Don't want to take a lot of your time. I know you're a busy guy. So, anything to add before we get off of here?
I just appreciate the opportunity, and it's a job that you can start anywhere and work your way up. I graduated high school and didn't know what I wanted to do. Started in the warehouse and I've worked my way up over the years of service. And it's like I said, it's a great company to work for, and we understand the job's physical, and we try to make it as best as we can. That way, everybody's got a home life or home work balance. We don't want to try to burn anybody out or anything like that, and we're try to keep everybody's family in mind while we're working. So
Okay. I did think of one other thing. You typically do a 4-day work week. Is that a set schedule, or do you rotate through, like sometimes your weekend, sometimes you're during the week?
now it's a set schedule. You'll have off a day during the week, and depending on the route, obviously there's times that we might ask people to work an extra day if they want to, just to try to get as many hours as they need. We don't ever try to cut hours from people. We provide what we can.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now, and then you and I will visit a little bit before we get completely off of here. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you.